Hello everyone, so I thought that we could just have a chill time today and decide my end of the year reading plans with you guys. So we're gonna look through scribd, we are gonna look through like Goodreads, and I'm gonna show you guys some of the books in my physical TBR as well. And at the end, I'll show you guys my Notion setup for the end of the year. I just thought it would be a fun time to have like this chill time with you guys, deciding all the books that can still be read until the end of the year. So I am by no means expecting to read all of them or to finish all of them, but it really is just good to have this solid kind of list of books that I can choose from that interest me a lot, and so this is gonna be a fun one. So firstly, I do have a lot of classics still in my physical TBR just because I go through them quite slower than non-classic books, and I'm just gonna show you first the ones that I'm reading at the moment. And the first one is Emma. So as I said, this is one of my like ultimate favorite stories, and I am having a good time, and it's not really that hard to understand, maybe because I already know the story and the characters and I'm just there for the vibes. But yeah, Emma, I still haven't finished it obviously, and I'm just taking my time and not really in a rush to read this, but it would be nice to be able to read like a couple more chapters before the end of the year. And then another book that I am reading very slowly is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. So this is just a book filled with thoughts on stoicism and just kind of like journally thoughts, but they're more philosophical and deeper. And yeah, I'm still here. I annotate this quite a lot, so that's why I'm taking my time reading this. Again, this is not a book that I'm envisioning myself to be able to finish this year. I just think that it's something you have to crave, and it's not really, it's kind of like reading the Bible. I think that's how I would describe it. So it's not something you really read continuously, I think. But yeah, at least that's my approach into reading this one. But this is actually really good. It's not like bad, and that's why I'm reading it slowly, but I just want to take my time and just read it when I'm super focused on it and not just passively read it. And then the other classics that I haven't still started, the first one is Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen, and I really wanted to read this in October, but it's already November. It's actually November 1 right now, but yeah, I still haven't read it and just didn't have like the motivation to read it, even though in my head I really do want to read it. So I feel like before the year ends, I would be able to actually take some time to read this one. So we're actually reading 2 Jane Austen novels before the end of the year, so Emma and Northanger Abbey. And then this one, I'm not sure if I'm gonna read this year, probably, and next year read for me, and it's Edith Wharton's The House of Mirth. It sounds very interesting. It kind of sounds like The Great Gatsby-ish, but not really. But it's set in 1890s New York City, and it's about rich people. I think that's what it is, but yeah, really interesting, but probably not for this year. And then this one I've tried to read or start for a number of times, and I actually have like a little tab here to annotate something. So I did try to start this. I did bring this when I was living in another island because I thought that it would be fun to read on a boat, and all I did on the boat was sleep because obviously it's tiring to just travel. But yeah, it would have been fun to read this on a boat. But it's Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness. Obviously it's not as sunshiny as when you think about reading in a boat, but it is set on a boat, and Joseph Conrad, I think, is known for his works being set at sea or in a body of water or something like that. And I saw one of you guys comment that this actually deals a lot with a very important issue, so I feel like I have to read this with great focus as well. So I'm not sure. It's very short and it's actually really dirty now because it's been in my bag. You can't see it because it's bright, but it's really dirty because it's been in my bag for quite a while. And yeah, that's Heart of Darkness. Probably not in the this year pile yet, but a maybe. It's a maybe. And then this one, Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained by John Milton. It's a very important work of literature. I do want to read this, but I feel like there's books in here, right? Like book 1, 2. I probably will start this, but I will only start like probably one book of it. Or like until book 2 maybe. There's multiple books in here, so I'll probably start this, but I will not finish it. That's how I'm envisioning things going for Paradise Lost. And then the last classic in my physical TBR is this very thick book, and it's The Brothers Karamazov by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I don't know, I just envision reading this on a flight. And I'll probably be on a flight before the end of this year, so I'll probably read this, but obviously I'm not gonna be able to finish it. Like, can you look at just how thick that is? And it's Bible pages, guys. It's literally how many GSMs in this, and the text is small as well, so it's a very long book. So yeah, it's in the will start but maybe will not finish pile of 2023. And so for the other works that I'm actually in the middle of, the first one is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, just because I wanted to reread this one, and obviously I'm gonna finish it this year because it's just easy to finish and it's a reread, and I love the story so much, and I just really am in a fantasy mood right now. That's why I'm also reading this, so it's in this pile. And then I'm also reading Babel by R.F. Kuang. It's actually in a vlog, like the 24 hours spooky reading vlog, and I still haven't finished it. I'm still here, but I will definitely finish it this year because just postponing it until next year would not be a good idea, and I just want to finish it this year. And it's not a hard read as like composition wise, I don't know, language wise, it's not hard to read. It's just the issues presented kind of triggering sometimes, but I will finish this. It's interesting, it's really cool, it's a cool concept. So Babel. And then another fantasy that I'm super excited about is Jade War by Fonda Lee. This is the second book of the Jade City series. It's the Green Bone Saga series, and as you can see, it's still in the plastic. And if you saw like my busy person reading vlog, you'd see that I saw this in the bookstore. Finally, after so many years of trying to look for a copy of it, I found it, and here we are. I will be reading it this year, and yeah, just so excited because I've had my family members look for copies of this in different countries because they are living in different countries and they could not find any. And so here we are, we already have a copy finally. I'm so happy, and it's Jade War. I will be finishing that. And then a non-fiction is this one, the BTS book. So I didn't buy this just to like display it. I really do want to read it, but obviously I'm not just in the mood for a non-fiction these days, but I'll probably go through it quite slowly. I mean, it has photos of them. And I think it just has like fun little anecdotes and stories. It also does have like quotes and stuff. So I'll probably start it but not finish it. Okay, so next one we're just gonna go through Scribd. I have it on my iPad and I like having audiobooks as well. Just when I'm traveling and I kind of just wanna read by listening. I do read audiobooks during times when I'm traveling, like just times when you're not really in the mood to just read physically, and for example when I'm cleaning my room or something like that. When I was building this cabinet right here, I was actually listening to Fourth Wing, but I still haven't finished that, so we're gonna get through that. So here we do have Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher, so I'll probably add that to the list, as well as Masters of Death. Yellowface, I don't know yet, but yeah, I don't know yet. But we do have Nettle and Bone and Masters of Death. Oh, I didn't know that Masters of Death was actually 500 pages. That's quite long. And Nettle and Bone is just 327 pages. And speaking of the Kingfisher, I'm also reading Paladin's Grace, which is a romantic fantasy. Man, what else is in here? That kind of the screw. Don't really want that. The yellow wallpaper. Oh, it's only 28 pages. Really? Oh, because the other one is the yellow wallpaper and other stories. And the other one is just the yellow wallpaper. Probably not that. Oh, look at this. It looks so cool. Hearts in the Hard Ground. Why is it only 32 pages? Wow. Hold on. This is the first time I'm seeing this. And the cover is really cool. Following the death of her mother, Fiona buys a new house in order to start a new chapter of her life, one with fewer reminders of painful memories. Unbeknownst to Fiona, this house has a melancholy history and slightly more ghosts than she anticipated. In learning to live with her unexpected companions and their losses, Fiona might find a way to make peace with her own. But why is it only 32 pages? Is it a short story? Is this... You know what? We'll add that. Save that. Oh wait, there's a lot of Thor original things. Oh, cyberpunk. I'm not really into cyberpunk, so let's not go there. Fantasy for me. No. There's a lot of T. Kingfisher because obviously I add T. Kingfisher a lot in here. Small Monsters, I think I saw this before. It's an engrossing fantasy tale from E. Lily Yu. All of its life a small monster with emerald scales has been source of never-ending food to larger and more powerful creatures who feast on the small monster's limbs each time one regrows. This is the story of how the small monster meets an industrious artist and reforms into someone new, someone who can't be eaten. Don't want to read that. Okay, next. Ooh, Scythe. No, I already reread that one this year. Big Swiss, I keep seeing that, but I don't know what it's about. What are you? What are you? Tell me. Read more. What? Hold on. Lives with her friend Sabine in an ancient Dutch farmhouse in New York. Oh. So that's what it's about. It's not for me. May at least not at this moment. Cursed Bunny, I read that before and I didn't finish it. It was cool though. I who have never known men. That's funny. Oh, All's Well by Mona Awad. You know what? Like, Bunny was such a cultural reset, and then like All's Well came up, like it got published, and I didn't see anyone raving about it, and I'm like, did it even happen? Did it even exist? And then we now have Rouge, and a lot of people like this book, and so I don't know if All's Well is good. It's about acting. I know that much. It's like it's about theater. I know. Oh yeah, Macbeth. It's a maybe. Ooh, Avery. Juniper and Thorn was such a good book. I need to read more Avery. Are there any more Avery's here? The Wolf and the Woodsman. Oh yeah. Oh, The Study in Drowning. That one's definitely a good one. Yeah, it's on audio, but I don't know. I did read Juniper and Thorn on audio, but you know what? Yes, let's read that one. Theodora Goss. I don't know that author. Yeah, I think we can stop there. We have A Study in Drowning, Hearts in the Hard Ground, Nettle and Bone, Carmilla. Maybe Carmilla. I don't know. Fourth Wing is unavailable now. Masters of Death. So yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Unless we find another one. In fantasy, maybe Will Comfort Me with Apples was such a chaotic little book. Ooh, Psyche and Eros. I've been seeing this everywhere. It's been like on the top books to read. It's obviously another Greek retelling book. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Actually, that got me really excited. That sounds so good. And Jennifer Saint blurbed the book. Like, she said some things about it. I don't know this author though. What else? Oh, it's the only one. Oh, she holds a master's degree from Harvard with a focus in women and gender in world religions and has studied ancient Greek language and philosophy. Oh wow. I believe in this person. I believe in you, Luna McNamara. Okay. We have to save that, obviously. So now we have Psyche and Eros too. And it's on audiobook. I saw the book Leo Leone talk about this book, and she said that it's kind of giving vibes the same as that witch movie with who's that girl? Emma. Anya Taylor-Joy. And I didn't like that movie, so probably not that one. From Blood and Ash, do we? I feel like I've considered reading From Blood and Ash for so many times now that I have had these hallucinations where I've read it already, but I really haven't. You know what I mean? Okay, that's it for the scribd at the moment. Okay, actually, really quickly before we go into the Goodreads stuff, because it's still loading and the Goodreads app hates me. It has a personal vendetta against me. So before that, I'm just gonna show you some books that I'll probably reread before the year ends, and one of them is An Enchantment of Ravens. So An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson is literally one of my favorite fantasy books ever, and I'm so happy I never unhauled it, because at first I really didn't like it, and then when I reread it, it was just so good, and it's everything to me. And I occasionally just have this desire to reread An Enchantment of Ravens, and I feel like before the year ends I will reread it again. I actually don't know if I already reread it this year, like the beginning of 2023, but I will probably read this again, and it's super short as well. And I'm feeling like Margaret Rogerson is like one of my favorite authors now, because I read The Sorcery of Thorns by her as well, and that was just so freaking good as well. And the novella of it, like Mysteries of Thorn Manor, I also read that this year. Yeah, I read that while I was actually on a bus for like 18 hours, and it was just so freaking good. I want a physical copy of The Sorcery of Thorns, because like Mysteries of Thorn Manor is just so small, like it's so short, and I feel like the price is not it's not worth it to buy the physical of that one, just because it's so small and I could just read it on audio again. But yeah, it has fall vibes, which by now we've moved past the fall reading hype, but still I love this book so much. I don't care. It's about this girl who paints, and she accidentally paints something not good, and she finds herself just in the fairy world and with this amazing autumn prince. Is he the autumn prince? Hold on. Yep, he is the autumn prince. And so yeah, we just follow her and her adventure. It's not a fun adventure for her, but it's fun for me to read. And then I also reread this book every December. I don't know how many times, like how many years I've reread this book in December, but here we are, and it's A Court of Frost and Starlight. A lot of people hate this book just because it's kind of useless-ish, but for me, it just like the vibes of it. I love it. I really enjoy reading it, so I'll probably read this as well. And you know what? Goodreads still isn't loaded. What the hell? Like, when will you load? When will you load? Hello? What's going on, Goodreads? What's going on? Yeah. Alright. I've just resorted to looking at Goodreads on my laptop, so if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at my laptop. So, oh yeah, I really want to read this one, Carrie Maniscalco's new fantasy book. And Carrie Maniscalco is the one who wrote Stalking Jack the Ripper, like, yeah, the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. I don't love like the next, what was it, the one in the circus. I didn't, Escaping from Houdini, I didn't read that one anymore, like I DNF'd that. And then what's the last, there's another one, and then there's another one. Like it changes whether I like Carrie Maniscalco's books or not, because sometimes it's really good and then sometimes it's not as good. But this one sounds so interesting, and it's Throne of the Fallen, and it basically has a Prince of Envy, it has riddles, it has hexed objects, anonymous players, and it's, yeah, it just basically has this deadly game. I don't know much about it, but it just sounds so good. Like, just from that, it just sounds so good. Oh, okay, it's about this girl, Miss Camilla Antonius, learns after one desperate mistake allows Waverly Green's most notorious rake to blackmail her. To avoid a ruinous scandal, Camilla is forced to enter a devil's bargain with Envy, little expecting his game will awaken her true nature. So they go through the underworld and the demon courts to the sultry vampire realm. It sounds so good. This is what I kind of expected from Once Upon a Broken Heart, just like the magical-ish and still edgy element of it all. And I am so hopeful that this one is not like Once Upon a Broken Heart, because my heart would be broken if this is not a good book. So yeah, that one's definitely a priority. And then maybe I'll read the next book to the Serpent and the Wings of Night series, like Crowns of Niaksha. Yeah, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that one, the super hyped fantasy. So the second book is out, The Ashes and the Star-Cursed Cape. So it's basically still enemies to lovers at the moment, and it just has vampires, and I'm invested. Like, the first book was interesting. I want to know what's gonna happen next. So that's going in my pile of books that I'll probably not finish, but we have that. And then I actually was planning on reading Starling House by Alex Harrow in October as well, but I didn't get around to reading that one. And it's basically like a haunted house where the house is sentient as well. I think it's gothic, it's cool, interesting. Love me a good haunted house gothic story. I really don't think I should be adding more to the list, just because it's already such a huge list. But I'll probably be reading manga as well. Like, I'm in the middle of a lot of manga actually. I've been trying to go through Food Wars, like Shokugeki no Soma. I've rewatched that so many times, and I just haven't gotten around to reading the actual manga. So that one, and then Blue Exorcist is also an anime that I particularly really enjoyed. So that's one of the mangas that I'll probably read. And if the next Chainsaw Man volume comes out before the year ends, I'll probably read that one because I'm caught up in that. And Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm not that updated with that one. However, I'll probably read that as well. So there's a lot of manga in the horizon. A lot of manga to read. And I've been eyeing this one for a long time now, but it's got so many mixed reviews, and I don't know if it's worth it to just relive all the chaos of it all, because I feel like this is a very chaotic book. But it's Magnolia Parks, and it's literally kind of like very Gossip Girly, I think. Gossip Girl, rich people, drama, chaos, kind of like that. I don't know if that's really fun to just, to just get into. Like, look at this. It says it's stupid. Like, will I enjoy the chaos and stupidity of Magnolia Parks, or will I be annoyed? That's the question. That's really, truly the question. Oh, hold on. last one, I'm sorry, but Lockwood and Co. I didn't know that that series was originally a book series. Like, why did it not cross my mind? And there's still no second season, and I'm so sad because that was such a fun series to watch. And I don't know if I'll just read like the books just to satisfy my Lockwood and Co need. But yeah, I'll probably add that as well. Did I list them all coherently in a good list right now? No, I just told you guys. I hope that I'll be able to remember them all while I'm doing my Notion setup. I'll actually be doing my Notion setup off camera, but I will be showing it to you right now. Pretty, guys? Do you like it? Did future me do a good job? Because obviously this is still past me. I don't know what my Notion setup's gonna look like, but is it pretty? So yeah, that's it for this vlog. I hope that you guys enjoyed just looking at me decide what I'm gonna read. This is like a very chill and chaotic vlog as well. Very like the best of both worlds, I guess. And so yeah, wish me luck and let me know what you guys are thinking of reading in the next months of November and December. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching and bye bye.